What's good, people? This your boy Cincy, aka Mr. Good Vibes, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Listen, man, I know the market is currently just acting up. It's not trying to trend. A lot of us are expecting the market to go up. It's just been doing its own thing, man. So for those of you who have been following the market closely, there's still a lot of bullishness that is supposed to happen in this market before we even start the election in 2 weeks. But as of today, we saw a little bit of a pullback. Let's just go to the chart real quick before I talk too much. I always like to talk with my chart and see how things are going. So like I said, today I'm going to be taking a look at some of the key indices that I normally use to track market performance, such as the SPX 500, the NAS 100, and the US 30. So you can see the SPX 500 is actually down about 0.7% today. Nasdaq was down about 1.1%, and the US 30 was down about 0.67%. So in all general, this today was a red day. Now, what do I think about the market? Again, because I'm a technical indicator trader, right? So I try to use the things that I see on my chart to kind of like remove the emotions of what I think the market is doing. So a lot of people are still kind of confused or trying to figure out what they think the direction of the market will go. But me, I just simply look at my chart. For example, I'm looking at the NAS 100, which is typically the Nasdaq index that pretty much controls all the major tech stocks, the top 100 tech stocks in the US. So you can see the first thing I normally look when I'm looking at my interpretation or my analysis on my chart is my primary indicators. I look at my green arrow. My green arrow is still telling me that the market is going to be going to the upside, and the B sign simply means a buy. So if you get an S sign, then that is a sell, and if you get a red arrow, then that means the price of the market is going to be going down. So you can see the two indicators, or my two primary indicators, are still telling me that the market is still supposed to go to the upside. Also, I'm looking at my baseline, which is this green and red line. So if it's green, then it's a buy. If it's red, then it's a sell. But we also want the price to continue to trade above the baseline. If it's a buy, we want the price to trade above the baseline. And if it's an institution whereby it's a sell, you want the price to trade below the baseline. Now, another thing too is if you look at the Ichimoku, which is this green and yellow cloudy indicator here, the price is still trending above the baseline. So that is also a bullish factor. If you see the price below the Ichimoku, then that is more of a bullish factor. So you can see, all in all, if I just zoom out, and this is actually a weekly chart. So if I was to zoom out on this weekly chart, you can see the trend from last year, December or January this year, all the way to the current candle. We can see that the market has pretty much been going higher and higher. Now, the problem is we hit this all-time high at 20,786 a few weeks ago. But the problem is we're trying to see if the market can get back to that, because we fell from that level. We fell pretty deep, and now we've been trying to find our way back to that resistance. Again, I don't know if you guys have been following me closely, but I put this first resistance here because I believe we need to break this resistance in order for us to go test the second one. If we don't break this first resistance, then it's going to be very hard for us to go test this second one. So you can see we've been finding a lot of action there. Whenever we tend to touch that resistance, we touched it here, we fell back down, we touched it here, and you can see now we're back down to this baseline. So again, I typically like to use the baseline for support. Whenever we see this candlestick fall towards this baseline, I always tend to think this is always a good opportunity for me to buy. So I did pick up a few more calls at this baseline level. Now, just because I'm getting my primary indicators telling me that this is a buy, I also want to look at below the chart to see what the below the chart indicators or my secondary indicators are telling me. So if I was to zoom out, you can see that I do have some indicators below. And if I was to zoom out a little bit more, you can see, if I was to take a look at the first one, this is my zero line cross. And the reason why I like this is because we have a signal line, which is the green line, and we have a zero line, which is the white line. So if the signal line is above this zero line, then we know this is a buy signal. But if the signal line happens to be below the white line or the zero line, then that is more of a sell. So you can see the current status is still above the zero line. So this is definitely a buy for the NAS 100 on the weekly chart. So if I was to minimize this and go to my second indicator, you can see this is a two-line cross. So we are comparing two lines, a fast line, which is the green line, and the slow line, which is the red line. So it's very simple. Whenever the green line is above the red line, then that is a buy. But whenever you tend to see the red line above the green line, then that is going to be more of a sell. So you can see the current status is the green line is above the red. So this is more of a buy indicator. So you can see we have two secondary indicators along with the primary indicators still indicating that this market is still in a bullish trend. So once I've confirmed 1, 2, I want to take a look at the third one. The third one is simple. Whenever you see the color changing from a red bar to a green bar, then that simply means that it's becoming more of a buy. So the green bars represent buy, the red bars represent sell. Very, very simple, right? Now, the next thing I'm looking at is my other zero line cross indicator. So the zero line cross indicator again is comparing the signal line with the zero line. So if you see there's an upper boundary, there's a middle line, there's a lower boundary. So if your signal line is between the upper line and the middle line, then that is a buy signal. But if you see between the middle line and the lower line, then that is going to be more of a sell signal. So you can see the current status of this indicator is that the signal line is between the upper and the middle. So this is more of a buy signal. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 buy indicators, and the last one here is a two-line cross. A little bit different from the last two-line cross. Again, it's comparing two line, the green line and the red line, which is the fast line versus the slow line. So whenever the green line is greater than the red line, then that is a buy. But if you see the red line above the green line, then that is more of a sell. So you can see the current status is the green is above the red. So this is a buy signal. So you can see a couple of buy signals that we are seeing currently on the chart that is telling me that this market is still pretty much very, very bullish, or the bullish case is still intact. Now, with that being said, at the end of the day today, we had Tesla did release their earnings. So as you guys remember, the last time we had the robots, so the robotics seminar or display or whatever the case might be, and it seems like the market did not like some of the things that were displayed, or well, no, they didn't like what it's not like they didn't like what was displayed. They didn't like how Elon had kind of like explained what the future holds for some of these newer technologies that they are doing with respect to the robot taxi and all these robots robots that they are making. So people need more guidance. So today they released their earnings and it seems to be performing pretty well in the aftermarket. So you can see Tesla is currently up 11%. We love that. This is what we love to see. So that is good. So we're hoping that this would actually help us push the NASDAQ up tomorrow, since it was actually down today. So this is very, very good to know that Tesla is actually doing well in post market. Now, also with that being said, I know this is a Forex channel, and yes, I do trade Forex. Yes, I trade Forex, and I'm going to be going through some of my Forex pairs that I trade lately, and how I normally trade them, and how I use these to, generate profit. Like I said, I have an account challenge that is coming up pretty soon. I'm going to start this pretty soon. I'm going to let you guys know when I start, and some of the things I'm going to be showing you guys right now are some of the things I'm also going to be trading when I start that account challenge. So for example, currently I am looking at a very, very strong trend in the Swiss franc Japanese yen. Again, it's very simple. It's the weekly chart. So for those of you who don't know, weekly chart simply means one candle here represents 1 week. So from Monday to Friday. So you can see this is the current candle starting from Monday the 21st. So why did I buy, or why do I think this was a buy? Well, last week I did see a pullback on this candle towards my baseline, and I see that my baseline is showing me a B sign and also a green arrow indicating a bullish or a buy signal. And you can see the price also is above the cloud, so I like that. So if I was to zoom out and take a look at the below secondary indicators, you can see that I'm seeing a bullish trend for my zero line cross indicator, you can see if the signal is above the white line, then that is bullish. Another thing too is, if you look at my two line, you can see the green is above the red, that is bullish. For this one, you can see we've gone from red to a green line, so to a green color, that is bullish. You can see that my signal on this one is between my upper boundary and the middle level, so that is also bullish. And you can also see that my green line is above my red line, that is also a bullish signal. And the last one is actually my ADI. So this is actually my volume indicator. You can see it's actually trending below my cutoff, so this is telling that there's also volume present in this pair. So you can see this pair is full on just bullish, so I liked it. I picked up some buy positions at this level when it fell at around 172, 771. And you can see I'm actually up about let me see, I'm up about 343 pips, so this is pretty good. So I like this position. Again, these are some of the type of forex pairs that I'm going to be trading in that account challenge. Again, more of like long term. So as long as I'm watching this kind of pair, I'm expecting it to go touch this resistance level of 179.81, which is going to be about how many more pips from this level. So we're looking at about another 336 pips before I actually close out that position. So again, you can see that will be a total of 600 something plus pips. So this is actually how I'm going to be trading this account, to kind of like give myself more time to take advantage and get more pips from the market. So again, this is your boy Cincy, aka Mr. Good Vibes. I hope your trading is going okay. I hope you guys are profitable. Again, the market is kind of scary right now, but guess what? As long as you're a technical trader, you should always make sure you're following the trend, you're following what you're seeing on your screen, and you're not being emotionally biased or attacked by outside noise, from something you've heard on the news, or something you heard from friends, or whatever the case might be, from a Discord group. So make sure you have your own philosophy, you have your own strategy on lock, and you make sure nothing changes how you perceive the market. Again, for me, I'm still currently bullish. I know the market is down, it's choppy, but the trend is still telling me to stay in the game, that we're still going up. And then, like I said, a lot of analysts also believe that the S&P or the SPX 500 is still going to hit that 6,000 mark. So we are currently at 5,811. So there's still a lot of room for us to go before we get to 6,000. And maybe that's when we start to experience a little bit of issues. Again, election is coming. We love it. Stay safe, keep trading, and remember, let's make some small money, even if it's just a little.